Good morning, calendar week 29, the scope of the summer. It's almost 6 a.m. I got up at 5, brushed my teeth, put the kettle on, watered a Christmas tree, made a cup of tea, and fell into a selection of mismatched and messy clothes. After 20 minutes of unsuccessfully trying to locate the cup of tea, I made myself a new one and stared off into space, wondering if I could call this newsletter à la recherche du thé perdu. I think I probably didn't. By the time you get this, we'll both know. We're halfway through July, 50% of summer is behind us, and more than half of the year, and, this being 2025, we're closer to the middle of the century than the start of it. I'm not sure why temperatures have regressed to too young to drive degrees Celsius in what is supposed to be the warmest part of the year, but I've been very grateful for the rain. The popcorn grass has survived inappropriate adjectives, yellow, crunchy, bare, and returned to more familiar ones, fragrant, lush, verdant. When summer arrives, things slow down. At the start of the summer, all the seeds have been placed in their garden rows, and hundreds of young plants have been depotted and relocated to permanent homes. We enter the weeds water mow cycle, and as the harvesting makes its slow start, we gradually begin the transition from garden to kitchen. This week we have made 15 jams. I already know that I will, as always, make far too many pots of fruity delights. If we brew up the same quantity again, that would be enough to see us through the winter. But volunteers and guests do like some of the homemade sticky stuff, so maybe 30 or more, and we are done. Things are moving quickly, in part because there are currently 6 people at the barracks, all beavering away at the pottage of the plants and the pigs. Yesterday, I'd taken the notion to get them all to pose for a fake toiling in the fields photo for newslettery publication, but they had scattered, mostly to the forest. I found one in a hammock reading a book, 2 were having a tea ceremony, 1 was cooking risotto, and 1 had taken herself off for a hike. We run a pretty tight ship around here. With so many hands around, we have an ambitious week in front of us. Some of the highlights are pigs. The pigs need to get to their summer residence. I need to clean out their house. With some luck and hard work, we should get that done this week. First up, rebuild last year's pig house, and fix the solar electric fence controller. I don't know that it's broken, but it is going to be, isn't it? There's no reason for it to mysteriously stop working while it was perfectly stored all winter. But it obviously will have done. There is a good chance, though, that this week ends with happy pigs, a clean winter house, and a massive pile of pig crap on next year's potato patch, smothered in large quantities of grass clippings to moisten it up a bit and give the bugs something to mix into it. Vegetables. Really almost done here. The last of the beans are just about ready to go out under the bean gate. Transplanting them and stringing them up is not a big job, but it is a satisfying one. I had to resow a bunch of pumpkins as well. If they get off to a start, and if the autumn is reasonably long, and if we just let each plant make 1, possibly 2 fruits, this should be a worthwhile exercise. Earth up potatoes, train tomatoes, continually harvest peas, water the greenhouse twice a day, eat courgettes. Projects. Tidy up the wood store, cut up a load of wood for later chopping for fires in the winter. On the question of hot showers, we've been given an opportunity to improve the setup of the heat exchangers quite significantly. We are not so much going to be correcting a design flaw as working around an unfortunate glitch in the implementation. It's a minor annoyance, but I do believe that it ends up in greater heat storing capabilities and a more likely path to achieving the 70 centigrade required by the system. I think it will only take a couple of days, by which time the sun is due to come out anyway. After that, there is a chance for some time to work on the fabled gabled tomato house again. Things in the garden are looking almost unbelievably as if they're all going to work out. I try to make sure that the peak of the interesting harvesting happens around the time of the collapse laboratory. It's the 1 week of the year where we have the most mouths to feed, and also when it's most satisfying to have everything looking maximum beautiful. If we are going to spend a significant amount of time trying to find new and unexpected ways to answer impossible questions, then why not do it surrounded by a vision of countryside idyll? Tickets are naturally still available, and the discount code of Newsletter 25 is still yours for the taking, as a thank you for being here with me every week. And if you can't come, please tell folks about it and about this book of the barracks. A few words and a link go a long way. Maybe you have a message board at work or an email list for non-work stuff. It turns out that talking about what I'm trying to do here is really helpful. A former volunteer at the barracks posted a little something about his experience on Reddit this week, and today I get to say hello to 24 new readers. An absolutely remarkable leap forwards. So thank you to him, and welcome to the new intake, each and every one of you. It's lovely to have you here. I made a page on the barracks with some pictures and words on it, which might probably be quite helpful if you do want to spread the word. It's here, and I'll probably try to improve it over time, and with feedback. If you do have the time for that, then thank you as well from the deepest recesses of my heart. It really does mean more than a lot. And so, until next week, I hope you have a satisfying one, and I shall see you next time. Your loving Pirate Ben. XO. XO.